How the hell did I manage to get Nerlens Noel on the Sixers with the wrong number? Doesn't he default have number 4? I don't know. But regardless, Nerlens Noel has said that he wants out of Philadelphia because the second coming of Moses and Joel Embiid, aka the mayor of Philadelphia, is making Sixers fans really damn excited, and apparently they like Jahlil Okafor a little bit more than Nerlens as well. And Noel definitely has value. He's an athletic 5 who seems like he can use that athleticism to outrun opposing big men, provide some really quality help defense, as well as protect the rim and grab some rebounds. So, as we would expect, there are some teams interested in Nerlens, and one of them is a fellow Eastern Conference team, the Toronto Raptors. There's DeMar DeRozan. I'm pretty sure I've made the time machine joke because he shoots a million mid-range jumpers while everybody else is shooting threes a million times. But it is still crazy how he's so affected in a style of play that has been kind of taken away from basketball in today's NBA. He also gets to the free throw line too many damn times. And DeMar, offensively, he's fantastic. Kyle Lowry is one of the best point guards in the NBA. Kind of a not as good version of Chris Paul because he's effective on both sides of the floor. He's fearless. There's also Jonas Valanciunas, who makes for a pretty quality center. He's not super polished, but he makes an effect when it comes to rebounding and all that good stuff. DeMarre Carroll is a defensive player. I mean, the Raptors are a good team, okay? They are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. They have been for a couple of seasons now. However, 1, there's always been a bit of a hole at the power forward spot. 2, they've just never been a very good defensive team, at least not this season, for people to really say they can compete with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Raps are trying to find some way to gain an edge on LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and the Cavaliers, because, I mean, you ask anybody, we're all picking the Cavs to make the finals again. Perhaps Nerlens Noel can be that guy for the Raptors. I gotta be 100% honest, I don't know if he is. I think Patrick Patterson being the starting 4 would make the most sense because he's a knockdown shooter from mid-range as well as 3, and Jonas Valanciunas is pretty much always around the paint. I feel like having Valanciunas as well as Nerlens out there at the same time, that could just really create spacing issues for you. Valanciunas has shown some life as a mid-range shooter, but it's not enough to be out there consistently. But if they want him, they can get him. And I think Norman Powell, a shooting guard for the Raptors, who's shown life as a three-point shooter as well as a defensive player, would probably be the guy that they would have to send over, as well as a Clippers first-round pick this season. And so if Nerlens Noel was on the roster, in my opinion, he should be coming off the bench. I think that would be best, to where you could still play him high 20s, and he could definitely make an impact for you defensively. And I mean, that would be the first step, because the Raptors are one of the best offensive teams in the league, but there is still that belief they're not a title contender. So if Nerlens, the flat top, comes off the bench for the Raptors, and again, in my opinion, Patrick Patterson starts to provide them with that floor spacing, I think they could be good. Offensively, Nerlens, I mean, he could offer some pick-and-roll opportunities with DeRozan as well as Lowry, but look at right here. Valanciunas is off standing in the corner. He missed that, by the way, but don't worry about it. Normally, that just wouldn't be smart offense. But then in the second unit, you get some of the bench guys in there, and Nerlens is definitely your center with, probably Patrick Patterson next to him, because you can scramble the minutes up a little bit. Look at that much floor spacing that Patterson provides for Nerlens to finish down low. That's the type of thing that I think would work really well for them. Would Nerlens be content coming off the bench for these guys? I don't know. It's definitely better than what he has going on in Philadelphia at the moment. Also, Terrence Ross is going to have an impact in this video as well. So we are going to see how 2K feels about Nerlens Noel going to the Toronto Raptors. And while this thing is going on, I'm going to read you some random facts about Canada, because why the hell not, right? Did you know that Canada created a coin that is worth $1 million? It's made of 99% gold and it weighs 220 frickin' pounds. That thing weighs more than me. So, I mean, that's about as Canada as it gets, right? How'd this first season go? We did pretty damn well. DeMar DeRozan was great offensively. Lowry was doing his thing. Valanciunas with a nice double-double. And we see down there Nerlens 9 points, 8 rebounds, pretty damn good. Efficiency-wise, why the hell's DeRozan hitting threes? So is this team actually good enough to compete with the Cavaliers? I mean, 50-plus wins, we have to imagine Nerlens made them better on defense. Maybe? I mean, I think there's still a hole at the power forward spot. Patrick Patterson's nice, but he's not, probably not even a mid-tier starting 4 in the NBA. But hey, maybe the impact of Nerlens is just so great that this team takes off. Of course, we did lose the last game because that's always going to happen. Does he win 6th Man of the Year? No, that goes to Brandon Knight. And Andre Drummond, Defensive Player of the... I don't know about that one. Andre needs some work to do on that side of the floor. We have the Wizards in round 1. Please don't be that one time where Paul Pierce said the Raptors didn't have the it factor, and then he was completely right as the Wiz just washed them. Hopefully John Wall doesn't go off. Here's hoping the defense stays intact. Come on, guys. We have expectations this season. We got to win this series. Ooh, boy. What was that, 6 games? It doesn't matter what it was. It's still a disappointment. John Wall frickin' killed us. 7 steals, my goodness. And no one really stepped up in the deciding game. I think that might be a little telling. How the hell did the Knicks make the conference finals? Hey, shout out to New York. But the Warriors and Kevin Durant still win it. How many championships have the Warriors won in these videos I've done? It's always the Warriors or the Cavs, which kind of makes sense, to be honest. We acquired Hollis Thompson in the trade for Nerlens, by the way. We got to get better defensively. DeRozan, good on that side of the floor, but he could definitely make another leap. And also, I want to get Terrence Ross some more reps on defense because, well, he might be playing quite a role in this video as this thing goes along. There's a rotation for you. Nerlens still coming off the bench. First season was not the best, okay? The regular season was fine, but we go up against the Washington Wizards, and I don't know, maybe DeRozan had Paul Pierce sitting in the back of his head, and that's why he only put up 17 in the last game. I have hope for this team, all right? Lowry, I just gave you a nice 5-year deal worth, what, $150 million or something crazy? So, hoping that he's going to back it up well. Nerlens, another year in the system, hopefully can increase the defense, the rim protection coming off the bench for us. How the hell is this thing going to go? Some more interesting facts about Canada for you is that the maple leaf was actually not the official flag for Canada for a while. It actually didn't kick in until 1965, which was 100 years after they became a country. And they've actually gone through 13 different flag designs since 1497. So it seems that whoever was the new guy in power, he was just like, I ain't feeling this design, I gotta go with something else. We're pretty damn good on defense. We're, what, the 7th best defensive team? 17th in offense. We're just kind of mediocre, man. We're not getting enough buckets. Now, we do win some games towards the end of the season, but yeah, it just seems offensively we're not bad, but we're not that great either outside of DeRozan and Lowry. And you're going to actually see a big reason for it. DeMarre Carroll and Patrick Patterson cannot hit a frickin' shot to save their life. So, our 2 top guys, our backcourt guys, Lowry's doing his thing. I really like how effective he is in a pick and roll pull-up jumpers. And DeRozan's doing his thing as well. But when we have both of our forward spots not being real offensive options, with DeMarre Carroll just being a wash on outside jumpers, and pretty much the same thing can be said for Patrick Patterson, it's going to be tough to generate a lot of offense. So, does Nerlens win Rookie of the Year? 6th Man of the Year? No, that goes to Dennis Smith. So, when we go towards the postseason this time, because we do still make it, although we're a bit lower in the seedings, might have to make a few changes. We have the Chicago Bulls, tough defensive team. Definitely going to be an assignment for DeRozan to go up against Dwayne Wade or Jimmy Butler, whoever. Terrence Ross needs some more minutes because he has offensive potential that DeMarre Carroll and Patrick Patterson are kind of lacking in at the moment, so Ross is still going to be coming off the bench, but he is going to provide, hopefully, some more scoring. Hey, we still lost. This is not going very well, man. We acquired Nerlens Noel. I mean, look, I thought that it wasn't the best move, but I still thought we could be making conference finals. Nerlens definitely makes you better defensively, even if I think him coming off the bench doesn't maximize his value. Shout out to LeBron getting championship number 4. I'm going to bring back Amir Johnson. Try to, I don't know, we already have defenders. Might as well get another defender because that makes sense, right? Terrence Ross. Still not the best when it comes to his perimeter defense, but he might be starting over Damari this year. We have to get Patterson just a little bit better on his jumpers. So hopefully Amir can improve the defense and just, I guess, the second unit overall. But Ross, we're going to give it a month. 1 month, and if Damari Carroll is not knocking down his outside jumpers, then Terrence Ross is probably going to go to the starting lineup. Now, you ready for some more interesting facts about Canada? I know you are. As we start off like 6-3, I will say now, this season is the biggest troll season of all the seasons we've ever had doing these videos, so look out for that one. Also, we didn't start 6-3. I don't know what I'm talking about. Canada in 1967. They were the first country to build a UFO landing pad in St. Paul, Alberta. So apparently when the aliens show up, they're ready. Damari Carroll, how is he doing from 3, if I can talk correctly? He's actually knocking him down pretty damn nice at 46%. So I guess he can stay in the starting lineup because he gives us the defense and the outside shooting. What the hell else did Canada do? Every New Year's Day in Vancouver, British Columbia, a bunch of people jump into freezing water at 2:30 p.m. I mean, you know what? People do some stuff, it's okay. Alright, here's the troll part. We were an up and down team the entire frickin' time, and then the basketball gods, the Canadian gods, aka Drake, bless us, and we can't lose. We just can't lose at all. To the point where it's actually a little ridiculous. I think we go like 20-2 on a run or something stupid like that. And so to finish out the season, we actually ended up with more wins than the first year, even though we were just kind of mediocre the entire time. So, I don't know, maybe the team finally realized that Nerlens Noel was on the team, which doesn't make any sense, but I'm trying to think of a bad joke. Terrence Ross definitely gave us that offensive punch. I had to turn up his shot tendency a little bit. He was around 55. I'm like, dude, there's no world that Terrence Ross's tendency is only 55. So this is a good team. Perhaps this is the year that it happens. I mean, I've heard of chemistry taking a while to click. I haven't heard of it taking 2.5 seasons and suddenly you become the 95 Chicago Bulls. Which year was 95? Was MJ retired that year? I don't know. Whatever. It still stands. Shout out to Terrence Ross. He's doing a good job. He just dunked on Andre Drummond, or he dunked in the area of Andre Drummond. We lose the last game because 2K doesn't want us to have any fun. Michael Porter's the next LeBron James with that stat line. And who do we have in the first round? The Celtics. Okay. We had some green jerseys earlier that made us look a lot like the Celtics. So, I guess that's worth saying, or something. We should beat these guys. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is a tough cover, but we're on the hottest streak of hottest streaks ever. Remember that year the Rockets won like 55 games in a row or something insane like that? Hey, we just swept the seas. This is actually kind of ridiculous how we're winning games so much. I didn't like accidentally turn down the simulator difficulty or something, did I? It's at 50, so I don't frickin' know. I guess we can just go along for the ride. We have the Washington Wizards again, who I'm pretty sure I encounter in every single one of these videos in some capacity, whether it be in the NBA Finals or just going through the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. DeRozan, can you defend Bradley Beal, please? Because he and John Wall, you know, their chemistry in real life is starting to click. So hopefully they don't kill us here. It goes 7, but we do win, and well, first off, let's say, okay, awesome, Lowry, you carried us in the last game, but where the hell are the Cleveland Cavaliers, man? They lost to the Pacers in 5 games. Who the hell's on the Pacers? There's still Paul George, and Raptor fans know a lot about him as he pushed them to 7 games a couple of years ago. They also have Serge Ibaka. Pretty damn good defensive team, I would guess, from the looks of it. So we should win this one. We do in 5 games, and oh my goodness, the Raptors are in the NBA Finals. They got the Golden State Warriors, but still they're here. So the addition of Nerlens Noel is going to get the Raptors to the finals, and it's going to be a really frickin' weird process along the way. DeRozan just hit a 3. That's according to 2K, of course. But can they defend these guys? Can Nerlens' impact on both sides of the floor push them enough to see Kevin Durant running right at them with his 7-foot frame that he finally admitted he was 7 feet and actually have a chance? I believe we do. Come on, Canada. Never mind, that was a 4-game sweep. But you know what? I'd say this went pretty well. You get to the NBA Finals, you're incredibly mediocre, and then out of nowhere you just blow up. It's like the Kardashians, man. So, according to 2K, if the Raptors acquire Nerlens Noel, they're going to lose in the first round 2 straight years, and then it's going to look really bad, and they're going to get swept by the Warriors in the finals. So there you go.